Hey, what is going on, my guys, and welcome to Randyness. Welcome back to the place where I like to say that real guys are made. If you read the title of this video, this is a brand new series that I plan on putting out like at least once a month. I'm going to try to hold myself to that. I'm going to try to do this thing that I'm now dubbing this series, dubbing, whatever you want to call it. I am dubbing this series Flashback Friday, and it's going to be at least once a month. That is the goal. That is the most realistic goal that I can come up with for this series. I might not fully make it, and I don't know if I will or not. The only way that I can do this is if I find out by starting it like right now. Now that all that unnecessary bullshit is out of the way, I am starting this series off with a little band that you might or might not know. What research I've done and watching the Mitch Lucker'S documentary, this is Mitch's very first project, and the EP garage demo is available on YouTube. I did as much research on this as I could possibly find, and there's not a whole lot. There's not a lot of information on this. What I was able to find out from the description of the video on YouTube, this is his very first band that he started with his older brother, and the band also consists of one Peretta. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't even know. The band would eventually change their name to Dying Dreams, which is another goal of mine to get here on the channel. Apparently, this is like a really rare find, and the person just happened to put it on YouTube. This was released in 2001, and so at the time, this is now 24 years old, this demo, and put that into retrospect, would ya? The track listing was very slim. I had a hard time finding it. It's a 3-song EP from what it looks like. It's got the very first demo variation of the song My Life. From what I understand, not much is really known about the second track. That's what the information that I've been able to find out about it anyways. And the final track on this is called Freedom and Death. 2 of these songs, I believe, are rewritten with Breakaway, but I'm going to listen to this with you guys, and this is hopefully going to pass the YouTube copyright standards, and from what I understand, this is probably going to sound heavily distorted or possibly even muffled or anything like that because it's recorded, from what I understand, in a garage. I have a text message. This is probably going to sound really, really old. And that's kind of the reason why I wanted to do it. Starting off Flashback Friday. This should be released on a Friday. That is the goal. This is the first Mitch Lucker'S band called Breakaway. The garage demo from 2001. And I'm ready to do this. So I've got the video pulled up right here. And I'm going to start this thing off right now. So let's do it. This song is titled My Life. Yeah, this definitely sounds like it was recorded in a garage way back. Possibly even on a tape recorder. God, you can tell that this is old. Holy shit. It barely even sounds like Mitch. This is the recording that started it all. I mean, you can tell the man is trying. If this really is him on vocals, and this is very, very old. I mean, it sounds like early Mitch. That was the song titled My Life. I paused it. At first, it sounded like it was going to be kind of a slower track. I won't lie. If this really is Mitch Lucker, then this is 24 years old. I've got information pulled up on Mitch's Wikipedia. It says he first started performing music in the year 2000 with the band Breakaway, which would later become the Corona local metalcore band Dying Dreams. Featured Lucker on vocals and his brother Cliff on guitar, along with later Suicide Silence bandmates Josh and Mike. There's not a whole lot of information. It just says, like, everything that I've clicked on, because I'm doing more research while I listen to this, and there's really not a lot of information on this. But from what I understand, everybody knows, especially if you watch the Mitch doc, everybody knows that he started in Breakaway. I mean, his dad even says that they started in Breakaway.
Oh, the first band they started in the garage was called Breakaway.
I digress. This next track is unknown, according to, I'll just admit it right now, the comments give the tracking information. Second track starts at 4:50, so let me just scooch it back just a smidge. The audio on this is horrendous. But I mean, what do you expect? I mean, if I were to hear this played in a garage, I would be doing exactly what I'm doing in this video. Just kind of going with it, because I wonder if there's any video of Breakaway performing, like at all. Okay. They just f***ing around. mean, everything that I'm seeing says that this is Mitch Lucker on vocals, with his brother on guitar. I wish the internet provided more information on this. I really do. Alright. I'm gonna listen real quick. I feel like some of this is just riffing. I really wish I knew what the hell was going on. Because it says that the third and final track begins at 12:22, which is where we are now. But yeah, no, like I was saying, everything that I've searched up while listening to this, it says that he did begin his musical journey in the band Breakaway. So it is in fact him on vocals, which later evolved to Dying Dreams. If he was born in 84 and Breakaway started in 2000, but they didn't record this till 2001, he had to have been, do my math, 16 years, 16, 17 years. So he was 16 or 17 years old whenever they started doing Breakaway. If that math is correct, then we are listening to a 16-year-old Mitch Lucker, which is pretty mind-boggling. It says Dying Dreams and Breakaway garage demo. It's unclear if Breakaway or Dying Dreams has a garage demo, but we found it. But there is no information available to confirm that Mitch was the vocalist for one of these projects. That's what Google says. Although, at the very top, it says that he did begin in Breakaway. So, before you, start going into the comments to tell me off or whatever, that's what the internet provides. Now, if you know more about this than I do, please let me know in the comments, of course. I'm just going based off of what I've read and what I've seen on the doc. So, I'm going to go ahead and finish this out with Freedom and Death, which is the final track, starting right now. So, let's go ahead and listen to this so we can have some final thoughts. Oh, to be a fly on the wall while this was being recorded. I mean, it sounds, regardless of how the audio recording is, this does sound like a 2000s garage band. I assume that this was recorded on like a cassette Walkman or something of that nature. I like how it says not bad at the end there. So, since we got through that, it does sound like they didn't really understand what they were doing. I'll just say that. It sounds like they were just kind of trying to come up with something. Like I said, Google provided me with very, very little information on this. I'm honestly, because whenever I went to go whenever I came up with the idea that I wanted to do a recording at least once a month for some flashback way back music, I had remembered because I've seen the Mitch documentary several times, and I wanted to know what his original vocal sounded like. And so I started doing research, and I found that the Breakaway EP garage demo was on YouTube, and I was like, if this is him, then I would definitely want to check it out. With the information that Google has provided me, it says that he is, but it also says that he isn't. So, if you do know or are familiar with this, please let me know if this is him or not, because it did sound like him, but at the same time it didn't. Like, it could have been somebody else, but from what I understand, it is him on vocals. With all that being said, I'm overwhelmingly happy that I decided to check this out. Yeah, it didn't sound great. Yeah, it may not have actually been him on vocals. It may have. But based on what I've read and seen, this is him. Before you're like, you don't know what you're talking about, listen. I'm doing what I'm going based off of, okay? Because I wasn't listening to any kind of heavy metal. I actually wasn't even allowed to listen to any kind of music like this back in 2000, because I was 7 at this time in my life. I think, because I have a very foggy memory about most of my childhood, I definitely did not know that this band even existed. I didn't even know that Dying Dreams existed, let alone Suicide Silence. I think Suicide Silence came out in 2007. I mean, I can pull up the Wikipedia page again. I can definitely pull up the Wikipedia page again. The band was established in 2002. Okay, so I was 8. Rewrite that math. I was 9 years old when Suicide Silence dropped their first EP. When they formed at minimum. Because the Wikipedia page says Suicide Silence is an American deathcore band from Riverside, California. The band was established in 2002 and released 7 studio albums, 3 EPs, and 19 music videos. And the 2005 EP, if you guys would like for me to check that out, I will be more than happy to do that as like a flashback for this series. But the EP was dropped in 2005, so it took them about 3 years to actually record and write this EP. When they dropped the 2005 EP was Mitch Lucker, Rick Ash, Chris Garza, Mike Bodkins, and Josh Goddard. If you've seen the Garza podcast with Josh, with the original, basically like the original Suicide Silence member. I believe it's Rick and Josh. I believe it is. It's been a minute since I've seen it. If you watch that, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up real quick. After everything that I've said, I'm glad I did this. This was a very rare listen, and I'm actually very happy that this is going to be featured on my channel. It may not even get views, and that's not what I'm concerned about. What I wanted to do was just do some way back music and get this side project, side series kicked off with something super, super, super rare, super old. And it also was for me to be able to pay tribute to Mitch Lucker. And I do want to throw out there that the very next throwback I will be doing is in fact Dying Dreams, whenever he was officially a vocalist. So, if you guys are excited for that, please smash like. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Leave me a comment down below. Please do not castrate me in the comments if I do not know what I'm talking about. But if you do know more information than I do about this, let me know, please. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you for checking out this video. And I will see you all in the next one. As always, stay freaking epic. I'm out of here.